Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's Calorie Crush. Well, I didn't want to get on the scales this morning. I have not had a good mental week. And I'm not entirely sure why, because I was very, very pumped up by the time when we did last week's calorie. Sorry, I'm trying to strap off and watch. When we did last week's Calorie Crush, and I had lost 7 pounds, and it was all good and gravy, and everything was going to be perfect. I was really pumped up for the week ahead. And I don't know what changed. I have spent a lot of time this week consuming chocolate. I don't know why, because I'm not normally a massive chocolate. I don't know, am I? I don't even know if I'm telling you the truth at this point. I don't feel like I crave chocolate. Normally my thing would be cake. It's not normally chocolate that I go, God, I really want chocolate. It's normally cake. But this week I have very much been on the chocolate. But I have been craving cake and not had it. That's interesting for me. Have I by not having the cake that I wanted, have I then had the chocolate instead? Is that what I've done? I don't know, but I've eaten far too much chocolate this week. I had a box of salted caramel Twixes delivered. I bought them on TikTok shop, and they were a good price. They were a good price. It was 30 in the box. I think they arrived beginning of the week. I ordered them before the June slowed down money wise. I think they arrived at the beginning of the week. And if I tell you how many's left, that would indicate to you what kind of week I've had. Anthony's had 2 out of the box of 30. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 left. This means that in the last week I've eaten 17 salted caramel Twixes. 17! Oh my actual God. Now I think they're 206 calories ago, or 204, something like that. 226. 226 calories. And I've been eating them 2 at a time and sometimes 3 at a time. Now, people always tell me off for buying things like this. These are the Fulfill bars that I buy. People are like, oh, you know, if you're trying to cut down, you just shouldn't buy any of that stuff. But let me tell you, I ate one of these at 204 calories and I don't want another one. They are so filling, literally, and this is not an advert, but literally they're so filling that after one of those I don't want another one. And yet, after one of these I can eat another one and possibly another 2. Not a lot of difference calorie wise. The Fulfill bar is 204. The Twix is 226. There's not a huge lot of difference in there. The difference is in what the other ingredients are. The difference is in the protein bar is in what they put in that makes you feel full and makes you not want another one. So when people tell me I shouldn't be buying those, I'm like, no, you're wrong. I shouldn't be buying the other stuff. The same with these little snack bars. These, it's not that they're particularly filling. I've said this 100 times. It's not that they're particularly filling, but it is that I don't want another one. They're not yummy enough. They're not moreish. They're perfectly nice. I enjoy them and I feel like I've had something sweet, but they're not moreish. I don't go and have another one. So I need to not buy the stuff. But who can resist? It was 30 bars for a tenner or something ridiculous. It was a really, really good price. I shouldn't have done it and I regret it. And I don't know. I don't know why I've succumbed so much this week. I just know that my brain has not been where it needed to be at all. And I have noticed that as a pattern before. If I have a good week, I quite often have a bad week afterwards. And I don't know, is it because I celebrate the good week? Is it because I feel like I've had a good week and therefore I've got a little bit of leeway to mess about? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I did not want to get on the scales this morning. I did get on. It is Monday and I did get on. Had to get on because I was making Tammy get on. And therefore I couldn't very well bully Tammy into getting weighed if I wasn't getting weighed myself. Tammy's done very well, by the way. What did you lose this week, Tam?
1.5. I'm 0.2 of a pound away from the stone.
She lost 1.4 pounds, which is nearly a pound and a half, and she's 0.2 of a pound away from a stone. And we were joking about her going to the loo to see if we could improve that result, but I don't think she went. So yeah, Tammy's doing really well, and Tammy's so close to getting her stone, and I didn't want to get on the scales, but I did force myself to do it. I did. So let's go look at what happened.
339.6.
Now, I round up. As I've said to you before, I always round up to the nearest half a pound. Always up, never down and up. I always round up, which means my current weight is £340, which is exactly what it was last week, £340. This means I have got away with eating 17 salted caramel Twixes, but that could still come back to bite me on the ass because sometimes it doesn't show immediately on the scales. So, but at this current point in time, I've got away with it, and if I continue to pull it back over the next week, I might get away with it properly. But it doesn't mean I can carry on doing it, does it? I've got no change on the scales this week. I could have lost £4 and got my first stone done, but I didn't do it. I'm lucky to have maintained, so no change for my board. My board stays the same this week. I just need to address why the heck this has even happened. It's been an odd week emotionally. There's a few family things going on that have prompted me to feel odd emotionally. And we all know I eat my emotions. But most of the munching has been late night. Now, bear in mind, late night for me is about 10 o'clock. I realise for you guys, late night is the early hours of the morning, but late night for me is about 10 p.m. But most of it has been I've climbed into bed, and on my way into bed, I've collected a few things to take with me and have a munch before I go to sleep. And it's not hunger. It's not hunger. It's just habit. It is habit. So one of the things I'm going to try and do to break that habit is to not watch telly when I get into bed at night. And this is something that I've been wanting to deal with anyway. I've been wanting to cut down on my telly watching. I think I've said in other videos, I used to read at night and go to sleep, and I've started watching telly and going to sleep instead. And I don't like that. I want to read more. I want to go back to reading. But also, if I'm lying down, because I read lying down, I don't read sitting up. If I'm lying down reading, I can't be eating. Whereas if I'm sitting up watching telly, I can be munching away quite happily. So I feel like the two things will go hand in hand. If I stop putting the telly on and I just immediately lie down with my book, then perhaps that will help me break the habit of munching. And the other thing I'm going to do, I think, is move this drawer. This is my snack drawer. I'm sitting in my bedroom and I have my snack drawer here, and it's here because it's near the desk. But I think it needs to be not in this room. I think I need to put everything in the kitchen where food actually does belong, let's face it. And then it won't be here late at night when I think, oh, what can I have? It'll be like, oh, I can't be arsed to go downstairs and get it. I think my laziness will help. I'm hoping that my own laziness will come into play there to help prevent me from eating, because I won't be bothered to go downstairs. So overall, whilst not a negative results week, a very negative mindset week, and that's what I want to address next, is why I've been feeling this way. Like I said, a lot of family stuff, some emotional upheaval there, but mostly habit and laziness. So that's what I'm going to work on this week. I'm going to work on breaking those habits, changing that pattern, and doing better. Thank you for joining me for this one. I will be back next week, and let's hope I've got a little bit off next week, eh? Let's hope. Take care. Bye for now.